Welcome to Momma Mayden Speaks. I want to thank you guys for following me from coast to coast, from nation to nation on this recruiting journey. Today I'm going to be talking to you in Atlanta. I will be bringing you two guests who's going to bring you a lot of information on the recruiting process and on their specific journeys that I know is going to bless you. So as always, cheers to your journey. Welcome back to Momma Mayden Speaks. Today I have for you an athlete who took a different path. A lot of times everyone thinks that it's the same way to get to the next level. There are many different methods to get to the next level, to continue your academics, to continue your athleticism. So today I have Norman Anthony Wallace with me today, and he's going to talk about his journey in order to be able to be a vessel to someone else who may be going through that same path. Welcome to my show.
Thank you. Well, out of high school, I took a different journey. My recruiting process was pretty late. I started January, like mid-January for my recruiting process.
Now, was that your senior year or your junior?
My senior year in high school.
Your senior high school. Now, a little bit of background on Norman. Norman is a military child, so therefore there was a lot of movement for Norman. You know, a lot of times in recruiting, staying in the same place gives college coaches the ability to find you your freshman year, know where to come find you your sophomore year, and then all the way up into your junior year, and then senior year, you know, the offering process starts with some of those positions. For Norman, it was a little bit different because he did have to change schools based on his father's military service. And with that being said, it did lessen his opportunity and his availability and his visibility to college coaches. However, he was able to obtain a scholarship to play. And can you tell us how that went for you?
Well, my family, my mother, my father, they sent tape nonstop, emails of my coaches, and luckily, one of the coaches from Fremont State was able to find me and offered me like a week before signing day.
Okay.
We went on a visit, and I liked it, and I was just blessed to have the opportunity to just happen. So, because it came out of nowhere. I was at practice. Right after practice, coach called me, and that was the happiest time I ever experienced.
Now, tell us the moments before that offer came. You know, how were you feeling? Because you are, tell us your height and weight.
I'm 6'5", 320.
320. Now, the reason Momma Mayden is over him because this is my show, and I'm going to be the tallest person in it. But this is actually a good size that most Division I colleges would be looking for. But again, it goes back to the visibility and the availability of them to be able to not only locate you, but be able to identify and evaluate your talent in time. So what was your thought process before they came and got you from practice, you know, when the offer didn't exist?
Well, my first thought was I probably was going to have to go to JUCO, which is not a bad choice. A lot of players do that. It was either go to JUCO or go to a prep school, but that was just the main thing, or just go to school, be a student. But I really wanted to play football and try to chase my dream.
Excellent, excellent. So, how has it been at Fulton? Like, how was that experience for you?
At Fremont State.
At Fremont State.
Yeah. It was pretty good. I was there for 3 years. I met a lot of people. The program was really good. But it wasn't for me after 3 years, so I decided to go to West Georgia, transfer to West Georgia. That journey has been different too. I decided to leave kind of late into the process.
And how did that go? When you decide that, you know, you want to make a change and you want to make a transition. You know, a lot of people think, you know, it's just I go in there and I tell them I want to go, I want to leave, and then it's just the end of the day. And it's not so. There is a process to transferring that every athlete must go through. Can you talk to them a little bit about how that went for you?
Well, first thing I had to do was get my release papers. I had to encourage myself to go to the coach's office, tell him I want to leave, and try to get my release papers. After I get my release papers, that's when I'll be able to contact other coaches, call coaches, and that's when they'll be able to talk to me back. After I got my release papers, I sent my team out to West Georgia. He contacted me like mid-December. I want to say mid-December, and that's how he was able to give me the scholarship to go there.
Excellent. So I want you guys to really focus and hear what he's saying. You know, once he decides to make that decision to transfer, number one, he had to go and actually sit with the coaching staff and let them know that he was wanting to transfer. And for a lot of people, that can be a very humbling experience, but it is a necessary part of the process. Then from there, the coaching staff has the option to release you. It's not required, but they do have the option. And most times, some of them do. But remember, the word option is still a part of that. Then once you do receive your release, at that point, then it's up to you to start contacting universities and contacting those coaching staffs to try and find your new home and your new place of destiny. And sometimes you have to make sure that there is scholarship money available for you when you go to transfer. So it starts a whole other conversation, but you actually do start the recruiting process over again. But I want to tell you, I'm so proud of you for continuing your dreams. I'm so proud of you for coming and talking to us today. And I hope his story, comforts some of you who still are waiting for your dreams to come true. And just because your dream hasn't happened yet, it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. So again, I want to thank you for going walkabout with Momma Mayden today. Thank you again for joining me on Momma Speaks, and cheers to your journey.